It's that FA Cup magic. You don't get that anywhere else. While big teams want to move away from the FA Cup, it's these matches that show how important and exciting the FA Cup still is. For the last 34 years, Mark Robins has been known best as the man who saved Sir Alex Ferguson's job. But now the Coventry manager is writing an even better FA Cup story of his own. Robins' goals in the 1990 competition helped United reach the final and ease the pressure on Ferguson. They beat Crystal Palace in a replay at Wembley, and 23 years later, Ferguson retired as arguably the greatest manager in the history of the game. Robins will never have that tag, but what he has achieved at Coventry is remarkable. They're back at Wembley in the Cup for the first time since winning it in 1987, and they will remember this classic quarter-final for nearly as long as that one. Yeah, it's definitely one of those games, and you'll keep seeing the highlights propping up again and again. Coming to the tactics, Gary O'Neill set up the Wolves in a 3-1-4-2, so it's something like this. 3-1-4-2. And Robins, he set up Coventry in a classic 4-2-3-1, so it goes something like 4-2-3-1. So as we expected, Wolves had more of the possession, about 59%, but due to the attacking nature of the tournament, it was Coventry that had more of the shots, and shots on target as well. Coventry had about 24 shots compared to the 17 by Wolves, and they had more than double the shots on target, with 12 compared to just 5 for the Wolves. Well, Coventry won it, then lost it, and then won it all over again. But in this game, we'll analyze the goals, as that was the key feature, and that's where all the magic was. Ellis Simms scored the opener in the 53rd minute. His opener brought a VAR check, and that lasted more than 4 minutes, and for many minutes, it looked like as though that would be the game's most memorable moment, but as we saw, it wasn't. But those 4 minutes played a really important role in stretching the match so far in the stoppage time where all the magic happened. And so let's look at the first goal. The first goal came off a free kick from over here, and it was a 6v9 situation where 6 of the Coventry players placed about here at the halfway line, and there were about 9 Wolves guys, somewhere like that. And so what happened was that, this high line, it was at the edge of this box, and it was Palmer who made this free kick right about here. And the free kick goal, all these Coventry guys, they charged in, and the Palmer's free kick, it was not across the goal by Liam Kitching. As Joel Latabuder slid and missed, it was Simms who reached the ball for that tap-in. Then, there was a 4-minute VAR check. It was for a possible handball, as the ball appeared to have glanced Simms' shoulder on the way in. Even the Wolves fans whose side wanted the goal overturned chanted, "Boring, boring," as referee Sam Barrett stood helpless while Graham Scott steady replays at Stockley Park. And then all the way in the 83rd minute, the magic from the Wolves came. And before that, it looked like the match might have been over, as it seemed that Wolves struggled to overcome the absence of injured attacking trio Pedro Neto, Matheus Cunha, and Hwang Yi-Chan. One of the tactical changes was that after Coventry's goal, Wolves had switched to a back 4 and introduced another youngster, Leon Chibome, for the struggling Fraser. Yet Wolves remained loose in possession, and Sa bailed them out twice. So, at this point now, the Wolves were attacking on this side, and they had basically now started to mirror Coventry. And, so these guys, this is where, Ait-Nouri was, and he was the most important player for the Wolves. So how did the Wolves' first goal happen? Well, Sarabia, he crossed the ball from the right. The ball flicked Chibome and rebounder off Latabuder. Ait-Nouri was stationed ideally to make the most of it, and he duly volleyed beyond Brad Collins. Ait-Nouri wasn't done there yet. Less than 5 minutes later, in the 88th minute, picking up the ball on the left. Ait-Nouri snaked inside, riding a couple of challenges and playing a perfect pass for Bueno. And that's when Bueno just slid in the far corner. That was one heck of a spectacular goal, and it also makes one wonder, why hasn't any team gone for Ait-Nouri, who was that perfect left fullback? Well, I guess it's probably due to his injury record. Now the suspense. O'Neill's coaches were on the pitch celebrating, and Wolves thought they had done it, but with 9 minutes added, back came the Sky Blues. And so in the 97th minute, Wright ambled down the left, Bobby Thomas flicked on the cross, and there was Simms to head in the second. So at this point, the game was tied at 2-2, and everybody was expecting maybe this will go to the next return leg. But then, just 3 minutes later in the 99th to 100th minute, Wright gathered on the edge of the box and guided his shot into the far corner right in front of the Coventry fans. 3-2 Coventry. What a match this was.